Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. My name is Elric, and in this video we are going to be focusing on dynamically or automating the creation process of the other views that we need, the select, insert, update, and delete views. I think that's right. This is a two-part video. This is the first part, and in this video we are going to be defining definitions and relationships. So in the next video we can actually create the process. Now I'm going to use my second favorite tool in the entire world, which is Google Sheets. It's going to make this process so much easier. I hope you start using it too, or any sort of program like that. But yeah, we're going to learn a little bit about relationships and how we're going to be using the definitions in the future. So hope you enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is start defining or classifying our definition subject. So starting from the top, the realm, I'm going to use system because these definitions are system definitions that represent object creation or object definitions. So my class will be object. For the family, I'm going to use common, but I'm going to copy this row and paste it over because just save time. Common is a really important row or important idea. Tech debt. Okay, so that default's not being set, but common is a very important idea because this will be our default, and we'll create a family literally called custom. So we'll check if an object has a custom definition, or we will use the common one. So if you think about that for a moment. Definition type will be where our objects lay. So we are defining views, so we'll have a definition type of view, and the definition itself is what. So we need a definition for what's in the select view, what's in the insert view, what's in the update view, what's in the delete view, and later on in the definition table we'll actually have definitions for specific data or defaults for data types, cluster indexes, and all that stuff. So we need to relate these definitions to DataPoint type IDs for the view. So we're going to use the relationship realm taxonomy to define what we are doing. So the realm of a relationship represents the parent to the child. Man, more tech debt. So the definition to DataPoint type means that our implied parent keys will be definition keys and our child will be data points. So our class represents what type of relationship it is, and in this case it's a functional relationship rather than like a tree or a structure of some sort. It has meaning. Family I usually reserve for direct or descendant or ancestor, and type for the most part until we get into importing is going to be member, just a member of this relationship. So those are our definitions and relationships. So now I'm going to take the DataPoint type table and I'm just going to copy it and paste it in Google Sheets. And then I'll do the same thing with the definition table because we're going to relate these two together in the relationship table. So I'll just copy the specific data set number and the primary key of the definition. I pasted this in the wrong sheet. One moment. Let me get set up here. All right. So... Okay, so we're gonna take the definition primary key and the specific data set number for the select view, and we're gonna say what do we want to relate it to, and the select view contains all possible columns or data point types. Next thing we'll do, so I have to bring the specific data set number over, but the next thing we want to do is for the insert definition, do the same thing. I'm going to go farther down, paste the insert definition ID, and then we're going to talk about what should be in an insert view. And these plan flags, you have to be in the system in order to be cleaned or have access to security and that such. We do want foreign keys in this view. We do want the specific dataset number source, taxonomy, cluster. We don't want the specific dataset number, but we do want primary keys, tenant IDs, sequences, descriptor columns. So that will be what is in our insert view. So then we do it again for update. What should we be allowed to update once the record is there? Now we want, I guess I forgot these active and valid flags. We don't want archive flag in our insert view, but we do want valid and active, or trusted and active, if we trust it or not. So for our insert state, or 1 second. Yeah, for our update, we basically want everything but the specific dataset number source. Once it's there, we shouldn't update it. And the specific dataset number, once it's a default inactive, we don't want to touch it. So we can just paste those. And finally, the easiest one, the delete view. What should be in the delete view? And it's only going to be 2 columns. We want to make sure that you have the key already when you're trying to delete something. So the primary key, and then you own it. So the tenant ID. So why I like Sheets so much is we're basically creating each side of the relationship table. We have the primary key and specific dataset number parent implied and the child implied. So I can just copy the parent IDs all the way down because this is what it's going to look like inside of the relationship table. So I'll have, definition 2, which is insert related to these data point IDs, and I'll just keep going all the way down. Oh, missed one. And then it's easy for the data point side because it's all from the same table and the IDs are already changing because we selected it. Now what I like to do is on an empty table, put one record in. So we're gonna put this one definition record in. We know we only have one relationship type. I know the specific dataset number is broken. So primary key implied 1, definition 1 from the definition specific dataset number, 1 from data point type, and that specific dataset number. So then why I love Sheets is we can paste this record that we just created, and then we'll take the rest of the data, actually minus the first row because we just put that in there, and we will move it to where it should go in the system and do the same thing that we did for definitions, but for the rest of the columns. Just kind of, copy paste all the way down. Oh, a little too fast there. Copy all the flags. So when you're doing this, it's important to have all of the columns filled out except the key, the primary key, or else it'll shift like a bad CSV, like you're trying to open a CSV with commas in it. And then we can just copy these rows straight from Sheets and paste them in here. And we got our relationships up. It's a lot easier, working with Sheets than it is here dealing with SSMS with unique indexes and that sort. So this is all we need for the data side of things. And in our next video, we'll create a process that will create these views for us. So thank you very much for watching. And remember, like this video and YouTube will recommend it to users in our industry, and subscribe to support me. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.